Hi, good evening. Okay. Wait 3 more minutes and then we'll start. So if you have any doubt for our last classes, feel free to go and ask. In the meantime, if no questions, okay. So how many people still pending to create AWS free tier account? Anyone? I'm still wondering, actually. So why you people not acknowledging? Because that is going to be very bad quality when you're working in real time. So, Veda, could you please make me host for a moment? Okay, thank you. I understand what I mean.
Yes,
Doesn't
sir.
matter. Doesn't matter. You're understanding, you're not understanding, you're yes. Just to say yes, no. Unmute yourself. Yes, sir, I have no questions. Super. I feel very happy. And then I deliver the classes more effectively. If you're not, you people not talking, so then you can imagine my situation. I'm not a machine, right? I'm a human being like you. It's always two-way communication.
Yes, Kiran. This is my first session. I'm joining today.
Yeah, hi, Manjunath.
Yeah. Good evening. This is my first session. I haven't created AWS account.
Okay, thank you so much. So, uh, what happened to Gaineshwar, right? So, any challenges you are facing while you creating, or you haven't started yet to create an account?
Yeah, hi sir, Kiran. Actually, today I'm also joining.
Hmm.
So actually, I'm working in VMware Windows only. I know only VMware Windows. This infrastructure and all totally introduced the first time only. This is my first class
Okay,
actually.
no. Okay, no problem. So, technically, we done very few things in our last few classes.
Okay.
And how what is this AWS, what is cloud, how this works and everything. I'll take one recap session, no problem. But whatever you
Yeah.
missed is nothing going to be impact for our classes for the going forward.
Yeah,
Okay.
actually, when 13th onwards, I'm joining, but 13th, my wife delivery. I
Oh,
born
okay.
baby girl.
Yeah, okay. Congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you. So that's why I'm not attending the classes.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
Right.
thank you, Kiran. Yeah,
Um, is it my screen visible for everyone?
yeah, yes, correct.
Yes,
Yeah.
it's visible.
Right. So let's go. The service name called EC2. I already been explained here. The EC2 stands for Elastic Cloud Compute. And in this place only, using this EC2 service only, we are creating instances. Instance is nothing but virtual machines, which is equals to servers. So servers, virtual machines, VMs, instances, all of them same. Just to our convenient, we are using Azure people talking about virtual machines, AWS people talking about the same thing like instances. Virtual machines also servers, instance also same. So do you know compartments? No, right? Huh. I got to know very recently compartment means in Oracle, it's account. But in AWS, we call accounts. In Oracle Cloud, people saying compartments. So there was a meeting going on in my company about Oracle and all this. They were keep on using compartments. And then I suddenly realized what it is. And then I was searching in the Google saying that what is a compartment in OCI? Compartment, nothing but is account. The terminology, see, when you going to one cloud to another cloud. So that is the reason I'm asking you people to be familiar with the terminology as well. However, so let's go and mm, create one server. I already created one server, which is a Linux. And today I'll do one more time. Then I will straight away, once I complete this one, I will talk about little basic understanding of network and then I'll come back here. Let's go and create. I'm creating one Linux machine. So, okay, whoever, this is first class for you people. Technically, yeah, this is what we done in our last class also. We created server and connected. So when you logged in into AWS account, once you created, your accounts looks like this. How do we create this account means? How do you create your email address? It's almost same. Simply go and open Google, type saying that AWS free tier account creation. Click on the link. You will get an option saying that create account and then enter your email address and then follow the screen instructions. Like it's asking your personal details and then you're setting your password and then payment details and then what type of account you are creating. It's asking free tier account, I mean personal account or business account or something like that. Select personal. So personal or individual, something, some one of them you need to select. Okay. So then create account. Your account will be created and then it will be activated within 24 hours. But most of the time it will be activated within like 5-10 minutes. Okay. Right. I assume you have already account. Now what I'm going to do, I'll go ahead and create. So this is your AWS console UI. The recently visited, because I recently worked on these services, probably in your case, you can't see anything here. But my requirement here is I need to navigate to EC2. I can click directly and then it will take me to EC2 dashboard. But I will type here for you people. If that is not available, type EC2 and then click on the EC2 service, which is going to populate here in the services, which is starting with this EC2 name. I don't know, it's my network issue or what. Now click. I clicked on EC2. So this is EC2. So when you're working on it, I always recommend you, for people working from India, so work from Mumbai. If you click here, you'll get all the different regions, and then I would recommend you to people work on it. Let's say you're working from US, and then which state is close to your place? Okay, let's say North Virginia. Just giving an example. Okay. So now I switch the data center or region from Mumbai to North Virginia with one single small click. Right. What I'm going to do, I'll go ahead and create one server. Which server? Linux server. How do we create? If you go and click on launch instances here, if you click here, or if you click here, okay, so you will get the option. First, let me go to this part. Currently, I have no servers in running state, in stopped state, in terminated state, any of this pending state, whatever you see, none of them, because I set the all states, zero server. I'll go
Yeah,
ahead and
same
launch
like that
instance.
vCenter.
Huh.
Yeah.
I'm not much familiar with the vCenter UI. Okay. Um,
Okay, okay.
right. So this is my instance. Instance, nothing but server. See, I already explained you people, when you creating any server, we always need to think about the configuration. The configuration in the server point, what operating system, how much CPU, how much RAM, how much storage, and then this server you are creating in which network, which subnetworks, and what kind of firewalls rules you need to specify. I'll explain what firewalls and all those things later. So this is the configuration what is required. So I'm giving my server name saying that this is my application server. Every company has their own naming convention they do use. I'm just using one name saying that is app server, but it still doesn't make any sense. App server for what? What kind of application server, which customer, and where the server located? Normally everything we everything we do include here, but just for now it's okay. Now I'm creating operating system. Sorry, I'm selecting. See, they said AMI means Amazon Machine Image. What is this Amazon Machine Image means? You are creating a machine, nothing but a server. Where you are creating, which platform? You are using Amazon platform. What is image? Image means copy of something, correct? What is copy of something means? You're not, if you are building any server in your on-premises data centers, generally software, hardware, everything is our responsibility. You need to install your operating systems. But here, you no need to do all those things. It's already pre-configured. Image of Linux, which Linux? Amazon Linux. Image of Mac OS, image of Ubuntu, image of Windows, Red Hat, SUSE Linux, Debian. There are so many if you browse. I'll explain this one later, don't worry. So I'm using Amazon Linux operating system. This is the 2023 with 64 by 86. And then the remaining, this is your AMI ID, unique ID, all those things. But anyway, I selected operating system. I'm repeating Amazon Machine Image, nothing but your operating system. They clearly mentioned here. The AMI is a template that contain the software configuration. What software? It's operating system. In this case, operating system. This one, don't worry. Now my operating system is Amazon Linux with 64-bit. This instance type. What is instance type mean? It's a combination of CPU and memory. Here you see I'm using T2 micro. I forgot to tell you here. Always select free tier eligible. If you go and drop down, you have different versions available. This one free tier, but this all of them is chargeable services. And then these two are free tier. I selected this one, and then instance type means, as I said, it's a combination of CPU and memory. But how much CPU do you need? How much memory do you need? By default, AWS people offering one core CPU, 1 GB RAM free with the name of T2 Micro, the instance type. The combinations, whatever they are providing, they have given the names. T2 Micro comes with one core CPU, 1 GB RAM. The family is saying that T2 because it's starting with T2. Okay, you think you need massive configuration or means more CPU and more memory under the drop down, you can go that. But before I'm going to drop down, if you are creating Linux machine, I am creating Linux machine, but which Linux machine? Amazon Linux machine. See that Amazon Linux machine pricing 0.0116 US dollars per hour you need to pay. If you are creating Red Hat, this much. If you are creating Ubuntu, this much per hour. If you are creating Windows, this much. If how they are calculating means, I am creating Windows server with the T2 micro instance type, then this cost will apply. If you are creating Red Hat with the T2 micro again, then this cost involved. I am creating Amazon Linux. For my case, this price will apply. So why do I need to pay money? It's a free tier account which I created. It's showing a free tier eligible. Yes, it is free. If you exceed the limit, then you need to pay. I understand what I mean. 750 hours free for you people per month. If you exceed that limit, you need these prices will apply. Okay, now I'm just starting. I'm under control. Means I'm not going to exceed my free tier limit. If you exceed, you need to pay. That is it. Simple and straightforward. So now I selected one core CPU, 1 GB RAM. The next one is key pair. What is key pair? The key pair nothing but it's basically AWS people actually offering multi-layer security. The key pair is they clearly mentioned saying that if you want to connect it to your server, which you're now creating, you're connecting to server. How securely connecting? If you want to if you want to connect the server securely, then you are using this key pair. What is key? You are unlocking something. What you are unlocking? You are unlocking your server. Once you unlock only, you will log in. Okay. So if I'm the first time user, probably in your list you won't find any key pair. But I need to create a key pair. If you do not have any, click on create key pair. I explained this one. Let me create one more time. So Linux NA means North Virginia because I'm in North Virginia. So that is the reason, just for my reference. Okay. Name can be anything. Now, there is a two different key pair types available. One is RSA ED25519. The both doing same job. Okay, what job they're doing? So encrypting your private and public key pair. Okay. You see here, encrypting private and public key pair. If both doing the same job, but which one do I need to select? Now decide. I'll give you an example. It's a traditional, latest, more secure. It is also secured, but when compared to little less. This RSA supporting both Windows and the Linux operating systems, but ED25519 supporting only Windows. Sorry, only Linux. Now, the most commonly used one RSA, I'm also using RSA. Okay, now the key pair type is RSA. I have two different types of file format, PEM and PPK. In real time, people always downloading PEM key only. Why only PEM? But let me explain. I think your people familiar with this PEM and PPK. If I am creating Linux machine, okay, and then I'm trying to connect this server from my local system, Windows. Local system means my personal laptop Windows, but I am creating Linux machine. If that would be the scenario, then select PPK. If you are connecting the same Linux machine from Mac OS, any other Linux operating system, then PEM. Linux to Linux. Your Linux machine is Ubuntu, Red Hat, or Mac OS. It can be anything. So your personal system I'm talking about, and then you're trying to connect it to another Linux machine. So then PEM. Okay. I am creating Windows server. My personal system also Windows. Windows to Windows PEM. Mac OS to Linux PEM. Mac OS to Windows PEM. But in which scenario PPK? Only if your personal system is Windows, you are creating Linux machine, then only PPK. Only one combination. This I explained other day. But my question is here, I said like people still using, even if you are creating Linux machine, you're trying to connect it from Windows, people downloading PIM. But I said you cannot connect the server using PEM key if your personal system Windows, you created Linux. Remember this one. I'll go and explain here. If you want to make a note, make a note. So this is my personal system. Oh, sorry. Very shapes. This is my laptop, my personal laptop. This is AWS console. Here only you are creating server. Which server you are creating? So I am creating Linux server. My personal system is Windows. So once I create this Linux server, I'm going to connect this server from my laptop. This is Windows. PPK. You are using the same Linux system. My personal system is MacBook. My personal system is another Linux machine like Ubuntu, Red Hat, or whatever. So this is another Linux machine. This is Mac OS. You are connecting to same Linux machine. PEM key. You are creating Windows server. Okay. You are using Windows, Mac OS, whatever Linux you are using. So Windows is your personal laptop. You are connecting to another Windows server. PEM key. Mac OS. PEM key. You see, these are all your personal systems. I don't know whether you are using Windows, whether you're using Mac OS, you're using some other operating system. This is your personal laptop or desktops. These are the servers. Now you can see only Windows laptop to Linux machine, PPK you are using. Any other scenario, you are using PEM key. Just simple remember this. Okay. Any doubts till this one?
No, sir.
Yes, Kiran.
Okay. Now, what is PPK? What is PEM? PPK stands for Putty Private Key. We are using Putty to connect it. But what is PEM? PEM stands for Privacy Enhanced Mail. What is mail doing? Generally, you're sending something, you're getting acknowledgement. Okay, so that is what the reason that their name looks like that. However, but I was talking about even real time. Your company, see, this depends. If you are working in from India, most of the companies will provide the laptop as a Windows, Lenovo ThinkPads mostly. But most people working in US, I'm saying mostly, I'm not saying 100%. Mostly people get the MacBook. That is the reason I explained. Okay, if you are using MacBook, so the combination I explained. But using MacBook, only PEM. Okay, anyway. So I'll come back to here. Real time people using only PEM. I'm 100% sure from Windows to Linux machine using PEM key you cannot connect. No doubt about it. But you need to connect. And your requirement is to connect. Then how it is possible? You didn't download the key as a PPK, you downloaded as a PEM, and then in real time people download as PEM only. But what I'm saying, without PPK, you cannot connect to Linux machine from Windows. There must be some logic behind of that. The logic is we have the concept of puttigen. I'll come back just to remember this one. Once I explain all this server deployment, I'll explain how this key going to work out. Okay, anyway, in my case, I'm using PPK. Or you can use PEM also, no problem. Create it. Once you click on create, here you go, download it. You see, let it be. Now, my operating system ready, my CPU ready, my memory also ready. I downloaded the keypad to connect it to my server securely. The next one is network. This one I'll explain later. This is my network. This is my sub network. What is auto assign public IP? What does this means? This means I am expecting public IP for my server. If you need a public IP for your server, then enable it. If you think you don't want public IP for your server, disable it. Now we'll go with the enable. It's by default enabled here. I'm using default network, default subnet. Default subnet is any availability zone. They said default one. Auto assign. Firewalls. They said security groups they called. Okay, here I'll go back here again. I'll explain what is firewalls. Briefly, this is your server. This is your laptop again. I said you are using putty. If it is Linux machine, you provided IP address, you uploaded the key pair, and then you enter the your username. You are all done. So your request needs to reach to the server to connect. The IP address means this server IP address only. But in between, you have a firewall. I'll go with one simple example. If you go to office, without ID card, you cannot enter into the office. Your security people asking you to show the ID card. If there is no ID card, then you can't enter. Why? Because you are not authorized to enter into the office. Just assume this is your office. This is your security guard. This is you. You went to there. Your security group asked, hey, can you show me your ID card? You have no ID card. Then go back. You are not authorized. But don't ask me. I can request to your HR department to send the 6-digit code to go temporary purpose. That is a different story. Okay. So anyway, you are not authorized. Now I'm talking about the firewall. The firewall also doing the same job. So here you need to set the inbound and outbound rules. Means incoming traffic and outgoing traffic. You need to control. What does that mean? So I'm not going to be use much terminology, technical terminology at this point, but I'll explain one simple scenario. One more. You open the web browser. You type the google.com. This is your laptop. And then Google website running on this server. https://www.google.com. This is what you typed. Your request landing to the server, and then you are getting response, and then Google page opened. Here, they actually add HTTPS, Hypertext Transport Protocol rule. So when your request landed here, first it will go and check this rule actually enabled or not. This is already enabled. Then your request go inside. And then you are getting back. My question is just enabled everyone going inside? Google, yes, because Google is a publicly accessible, no restriction. But you are working for Wipro. And then Wipro also done some HTTPS rule. Again, you are using your laptop. The request landed here. You are using some internal application. Only Wipro people are using. But Wipro people mention the same HTTPS rule saying that only the Wipro people only can access that. Then I'm outsider. Again, I'm trying to access. My request landed. Check the status. HTTPS enabled. My request coming from different unknown IP. I'm not authorized. I'm going to Wipro office with the TCS ID card. They said you are not authorized. And then your request won't go there. It'll come back. It's not reached. Site not be reached. Why site not be reached? Because it is landed. Your firewall checking the rule. Your request seems unauthorized. And then it's not delivered or reached your server. Then you got in. In the same manner, whenever you creating a Linux machine, in place of HTTPS, actually Linux we are using SSH port, which is a secured shell. Accessing website, we are using HTTP or HTTPS. In the same way, if you want to access Linux machines, we are using SSH. Now, that SSH port number must be enabled in the security groups. I already did, so I'm using existing one. So then I'll explain this one again. How do we set up? Just for this networking entire part, keep it aside for just some time. I'm using network. I'm using subnetwork. I said I need public IP. I enable the security group saying that SSH port number, which is a 22, enabled here. Oh my God. So everything is ready. The final one is the storage. How much storage do you need? So I need the root volume. They said, what is root volume? C drive. If it is Windows, people called in Windows C drive. There is no concept of C drive in Linux. Root volume. How much space? 8 GB. Okay, but you have a limit, 30 GB. right? You have a 30 GB, but I'm using only 8. You can go increase, but you can't decrease. If you decrease, you cannot launch the system. If you need more volumes means I'm talking about, let's say, a D drive and D drive, something like that. You can go and add. You can go and add. But space is your choice. 65,536 GB you can go up to. But currently don't go anything. I'm going with only one single drive, which is 8 GB. All my basic configuration done. Let me go through one more time. My server name, my operating system, which is Amazon Linux with the 64-bit, with 1 core CPU and 1 GB RAM. My key pair name, the key pair nothing but securely connecting to your devices using this key pair. And you must have the access for them. And then this is my network, it's my sub networks. I said I need a public IP for my server. I'm using these firewall rules. And then finally, my C drive space means root volume is 8 GB. There are some more additional details. I launch the machine. My instance ready. If you want to create Windows server, this is the Linux. I'm going to create one more server, which is Windows. And name it as Windows server. Process is same, no difference at all. Only operating system needs to change. Okay. So today my tongue actually twisting like anything. Amazon machine image. I'm using Windows. In Windows, we have so many versions. Again, 2025, I can see the latest one. 2025 core base version, 22 base, core base, core base, 2016, 19, and then some of them actually SQL server compatible. Everything we have, but these are all free, not free tier. You can see these 5 of them free tier. I'm going with something to, I can use 2025. The problem with this 2025 is I'm selecting free tier only. But when it comes to this place, using this combination and this combination, there is no free tier eligible. See, nowhere. But I'll go and use 2022. It's loading. You'll get a T2 micro free tier eligible. It's a CPU and a memory. Okay, I was talking about if you want to go for further more CPU and more RAM, nano, micro, small, medium, large, X large, 2X large. That's it. T2 family completed. Then T3 family, nano, micro, small, medium, large, X large, 2X large. T3 family completed. C5 family, same. But there is no nano, micro, starting straight away large, X large, 4X large, 12X large, something like that. If you see here, 48 core CPU, 96 GB RAM, massive. The configuration, you need to pay a lot of money for that. Per hour basis, for Windows, you see, $4.2. $4.2 means per hour, how much in Indian rupees? Approximately 4 times 8, 320, 330 rupees per hour you're paying only for this instance type. So that much. If you go further down, you'll get more configuration. So 96, 192 something. But anyway, so for us, this is enough. And then key pair, I'm using the key pair name called Windows. This is a PEM key. Okay, I'll do one thing. I'll create one more key like RSA. I said like ED25519 not supporting Windows, it's not, it's disabled. I'm using Windows 1 PEM key and then keypad. Download it because I'm creating Windows machine, my personal system Windows. I'm connecting to Windows. So I already explained. It's a PEM key. I'm again going with same network, same subnetwork. I need public IP. I'm going to use my existing uh, security group with the 30 GB. See, when I'm trying to create, I created already Amazon Linux machine, the minimum 8 GB. For when it comes to Windows, minimum 30 GB. Why Linux taking less by default? Why Windows taking more? The reason the operating system software size for your Linux machine is the smaller one, but Windows operating system size is bigger one. So almost 15 to 16 GB capacity it will consume that much. So that is the reason we are, so you people, I mean Amazon people, minimum they are going with the 30. So this is the C drive, exactly C drive, the 30 GB. I'll go ahead and launch instance. My 2 instances ready. Always try to refresh the page within AWS page. Don't go for main browser. I can see the refresh option here. My Linux machine ready. My Windows machine also ready. Okay, how do we connect them? For Linux machine, go and download the software name called Putty or Mobax. How do you download? Download if you want, you can follow my screen. Type a Putty download. Oh, sorry, it's already open. See, putty.org. Click this one. Please download this one. When you type, there is an option name called Putty download. Sorry. Uh, and then first option only www.putty.org. It's very slow. I think my internet's slow. It's that inside not be reached. Can someone open this site? Click and do let me know it's opening for you people or not. Or I can try from some incognito window.
I think website is down. It's not working.
Now I can see now. See?
Okay.
Yeah,
Huh.
it's working.
Okay. Click on the download putty. Okay. Do let me know you are in this page or not. Don't click on anywhere until unless say. Are you in this page, right?
Yes.
Huh. In this page, there is an option name called alternative binary files. In this alternative binary files, you see 64-bit by 86, the first option. Click on that. It will download. You don't need to even install. It will auto install and then you put it open like this. Pin to taskbar. This is your putty. Once you download, open that, it will open like this. Hope it's opened for everyone. Okay. Now I'm going to connect to this machine. I'm connecting to app server, which is the Linux one. But when you see the list of servers here, how do you know which one is Windows, which one is Linux? Click here. Under the details tab, if you scroll down a little further, okay, I can see the platforms saying that Linux. Which Linux also they clearly mention Amazon Linux. If I click this Windows this server, if I scroll down again, so I can see platform is Windows 2022. This is the place where you can find your operating system is Windows or Linux. But I'm trying to connect it to Linux machine. Take the public IP and then open your putty. Where is it? Here you go. They're asking either you can use host name or IP. Host name means public IP or public DNS. 54, 234, 230, 117, 54, 234, 230, 117. Same DNS. This one and this one. Either you can use this, either you can use this. Okay. So that's what they said, host name or IP address. Here you go. IP address. Left side, under the connections, you have SSH. SSH port number is 22. Expand this SSH. Once you expand, you can see another option name called authentication, like AUTH. Expand that one also. Then click on credentials. And then you need to authenticate your key pair. That's what they said. So key pair means securely connecting to your machines. I already provided IP address, but I'm browsing. Here you go, this key pair. And then open. It's not connecting. Don't worry. That's a good thing. There must be some problem somewhere. It will take few seconds, get timed out. Yeah. So I was explaining about this firewall. You supplied the IP address of that server, right? And you enter the key pair, and then it's reached here. It was trying to connect, but we got an error saying that connection timed out. Okay, what could be the reason? How do you troubleshoot such situations when you are facing in real time? Okay, let's go one by one. Whenever your server not accessible, you are an engineer, you need to troubleshoot such issues. Before you troubleshoot, go and check with your another colleague saying that, hey, can you try to connect this machine? Do let me know. Are you able to access this server or not? Okay. If it is accessible for him, it is not accessible for you, then it's not the issue from server side. It's from your side. But that is another aspect. We'll keep it that one for some time. Your colleague also not accessing. Means there must be some problem from server side. Problem is you're not able to access the server, and then your requirement is to troubleshoot. Okay, right. We'll do troubleshoot. How do we do that? A step-by-step approach. Just don't go for, I asked this question, I'll go and reboot the server. No, don't do that. Okay, never ever. We do reboot. That is a final approach. Okay, first, this is my server. Oh, I can see my server in running state. Super. No issue with the server in running state. But still 100% not sure. The server running means is a healthy state. Generally, we check the the CPU and memory utilization. Best example. If your server consuming high CPU, high RAM, means even your personal laptop, even your mobile phone also, sometimes what will happen? Your mobile phone configuration is very less, and then it will respond very slow. Sometimes you can't access that phone. We'll reboot the machine, right? Like your phone, something like that. Maybe any resources issue. The resources here, resources means your CPU, memory, and your hard disk. Okay, I'm not going much further. I'll go and check it. What is my CPU utilization? Under the monitoring tab, you have a CPU utilization option. I'll check it. What is my current CPU utilization for this server? It's a maximum I can see 5%. The current is 3.66 under control. So no issue with my resources also. My server running fine. My CPU memory under control. So the two things which you already checked. Next, 2 by 2 status check. Now I'll explain what is this 2 by 2 status check. Here you can see the status check. Okay. Instance status check and then system status check. There is a two. 2 out of 2 passed. They successfully passed. If any one of them failed, you cannot connect. But you must know what is this 2 by 2 status checks. What is a system status check? What is instance status check? In this case, hardware and software. What is hardware? What is hardware?
Physical component.
Exactly. So basically, physical one. But when it comes to the cloud, we are not managing physical infrastructure. Okay. But then who's managing AWS people? If any issue from data center level, the hardware issue occurred, and then your system status checks will fail if it is hardware related. If it is a software related issue, then your instance status checks will fail. In my case, both in status checks are passed. This is hardware level. This is a software level. Hardware level, no problem. System reachability checks passed. Mean system is in reachability state. And then here also you can see. Okay, 3 steps completed. Okay, fourth one, firewalls. I explained here. I said if this SSH port number not enabled, and then it is only preventing like controlling your incoming and outgoing traffic. Incoming means the traffic going inside your server. Always think in server side. This is your server. Any request coming from outside to inside, incoming traffic. And then it's going outgoing traffic. Now you're trying to connect it to this machine. It's incoming traffic. Now you're getting timed out error. Oh, maybe the security group probably
Hello, sir. Your voice is not audible, or you are in mute.
disconnected due to my network issue. Is that my voice clear, right, for everyone?
Yes, yes, sir.
Ah, So let me reshare my screen again. Um, yeah. So I was talking about now I check the status. I was talking about security groups, the firewalls. But in your case, you're not able to reaching the server, you're getting network error. And then I'm going there. I'm checking that in this particular part. Okay. I open a different tab. I will check it. SSH port number is 22. When you open new session, so you're trying to connect within type SSH, port number is 22. This must be whitelisted, means opened in your firewalls rules. I'll go and check it. There is no firewall as far as for SSH add rule. I'm adding rule. What rule you are adding? I need to connect to Linux machine. So I need a SSH port number, which is a 22. I'm open for public for now. You got an error say, I mean, you will get an warning also while you're doing that. Hey, you're opening this port number for everyone. That I'll explain in a minute. Now I'll go back to server, that which I'm trying to connect. Okay, which I'm trying to connect. Uh, 1 second, let me switch to my Wi-Fi. Sorry. The flow missing. There is a problem, right? Huh. So is it my screen visible for everyone?
Yes, sir.
Ah. So what I was talking about. So we investigated saying that when I'm not connecting, I'm not able to connecting to server. I check the status of my server. It's showing running fine. I check the status checks, which is a hardware level issue or anything failed. Even one status check file also you cannot connect. Sometimes it could be your CPU memory, your server consuming more CPU memory also. It won't let you to connect. And then um, your security group issue, I was looking at that. There was no SSH port number rule to defined. So here I explain, right, in the paint, which was I opened earlier. So let me take new one. What exactly happened now in this scenario? This server you are trying to connect, but here there is no SSH. But when you enter your IP address, key pair, and everything, it went to there. It was checking this SSH port number. This is not enabled. You got a timeout error. It was waiting, no response, timed out. Why? Because there is no such rule you define. Now I define. Okay, I added. I can see that SSH 22 port number. Same server. Now I will go and try to connect it to this. Yeah, here you go. And then I upload key pair. Open. Now I got an accept. Job done. I connected to this server. This is the way you need to troubleshoot the issue when it's one occurred. But there's every time whatever just now done, not the same answer. It can be so many various things we have not able to connect. Probably your device not connecting to proper network. Maybe you haven't configured the network properly. Okay, you're not authorized to access. Okay, there are many reasons that you're not able to connect it to the machines. So till this point, any question?
No.
Anyone? No. Okay. Right. See, whenever we working on the resources, what I can do simply while I'm creating itself, if I go and add the 22 port number, and then I won't get this error. I simply logged in. I can say, I done. Linux server is ready. I created, connected, Linux creation part completed. That anyone can do that. I can do, someone can do, anyone can create this server and connect with the same process. That is not the way we need to learn. We must go with some troubleshoot capabilities. What is the issue? Where is the issue? How do you identify what is the RCA? What is the root cause analysis you done for that particular issue? That is very important. Something not working means is incident. You must take an action for that. Now you successfully connected. Okay. So tomorrow I will start networking concept. Once I complete little bit, I'll come back here again. Why I'm saying, why I'm going to start that networking part means while you're creating, so this part I'm always saying that wait for some time, wait for some time. Now wait for till tomorrow. What is this VPC? What is the subnet? What is the security groups? How this the relation between all of them? Now it is enabled. Tomorrow it will be in disabled state by default. Why it will be disabled state by default? So that we will discuss tomorrow. Any question till this point?
No, Kumar.
Hi, Kiran.
Hi, Deepu.
So today we faced one issue, right? So we troubleshooted that. So you particularly created that issue or it occurred really? While it
While I'm
came,
creating, what actually happened?
Mhm.
Uh,
Mhm.
I was using my existing security group.
Okay.
I didn't create any security group. If I created, then this problem won't occur. I used the
Mhm.
existing security group. I didn't realize in that security group there was no SSH port number enabled. Okay.
Mhm.
If that is enabled, it's very smooth function. Okay. Then
Okay.
when I investigated, I got to know that that security group was created in my earlier class to create a Windows machine. That is the reason in this we have a RDP. RDP means it's a Windows machine port numbers. Okay.
Okay.
I was this this security group created by me only. But this one I was created for Windows machine. But I use the same security group for Linux also, but Linux port number not enabled. You can add as many port numbers as you want here. You can add
Okay.
MySQL. You can add another things also, HTTP, HTTPS. So many rules you will get it while you're doing that. You can add. So this many port numbers you can add. Okay, some custom port numbers and everything. Okay. So
Okay.
even sometimes, yes, that is a good question. Sometimes I do purposely also. Okay. By default, you won't get any error, right? Sometimes. But if I go and create everything and then I want to show you what kind of mistakes we do make when you're building the infrastructure. You understand what I mean?
Yes. Yes, Kiran.
Yeah. Right. Thank you so much. Once you complete your practice, whatever server you created, either go and stop them, either you can go and terminate them. Stop means the server still exists. You can start it. Terminate means the server no more exists. You completely delete it. So I'm terminating. But in your case, this is your choice. If you think you want to take a break for some time and then come back, work on it, you can stop it and go. Right. Thank you very much. And then have a good evening and good night. See you tomorrow.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Thank
Bye
you.
bye, everyone.